So.
Welcome. Be fruitful and multiply.
Well, definitely succeeded in that one. So both of us, I think. So.
Oh, so no, welcome to the Multiply Podcast, Mr. Jeremy Hernandez.
Howdy, y'all.
James's older brother.
Now, did you interview James already?
And I did. I interviewed him once, and it went
too far.
Horribly.
Oh, that's entertaining.
Because your brother intimidates me. I think much more so than you, because he is, and we've talked about this before a little bit.
James is more stoic. He's got more of my father in him, for sure.
Yeah.
He definitely has that.
No, it's so true. It's like he's quiet and thoughtful, and he's educated, so that intimidates me. That's all of it. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm smart too. Stop looking at me like I'm an idiot. You don't know
that's
my intellectual
That's probably because he likes to give one-word answers to any question. If you really want to dig, you have to give very open-ended with multiple questions that he has to absolutely answer. Otherwise, that's it. Well,
you know what's so funny about our interview is that I was asking him questions like that, and he wanted to give me an open-ended answer. But I just kept jumping on. I just kept jumping him. I was just like, oh, what about, well, then, how, which, when, why? Yeah, and I think he, the whole time, was just like, God, Noel, would you just let me finish? I had something that I was gonna finish with. Oh, no.
So I think that also comes with, he might be still ingrained in this whole Southern thing, which I've discovered. Not that I'm not from here, but like when you move away, people like the conversation to continue to flow. And as soon as your sentence stops, they're ready to pick up. Whereas here you'll ask a question, and if you don't talk quick enough, people will wait.
Oh, amen.
And so it's very entertaining because my wife moving here from New York is like, first she had to adjust to some of my friends because they're just like, I know they're smart people because they're your friends, but there's sometimes I thought they were done and they're not. So I'm just so it's very entertaining.
Oh gosh, see, no, and that's something that I struggle with because I look at it like I'm thoughtful and I have to kind of absorb like sometimes. I mean, sometimes like I think.
James is much quicker than I, for sure.
Right.
Like if he goes on the attack, he is much quicker than I. I'm like, that person just insulted me. I should probably respond to that.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah. What do I have? What do I have in the arsenal? To come back or to overcome that objection? What is your wife's name?
Elise.
That's right. Exactly. So. Where are you guys from? Tell us.
So I'm from Laplace originally.
Right.
James and I are Laplacians, I guess you would say.
What is it?
Laplacians,
Laplace. Oh, Laplacians.
Right between. I guess you would call it.
Like Chalmatians. Or,
yeah, exactly. So that's what we be. Most New Orleans make fun of us. So.
That's right. Or Best Bankers.
Yeah, exactly.
The West Bank doesn't have.
So, but Elise is from upstate New York. They call it upstate. Right. It's like literally an hour outside the city, and now that's a magically upstate. As if there's
hilarious.
That's like the biggest swath of land in the history of mankind.
That's right.
You're like,
that's right.
Okay, great. That's it. But really, like the Poughkeepsie area is where she's from.
Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
Oh, see, and I have no idea.
Okay,
I've been to New York probably 3 times. We went. Me and my son went to Lake Placid.
Okay.
At one point, that was
nice.
Yeah.
I still haven't been there.
No, it was beautiful.
I've heard that.
That's right. We rented a boat. The guy said the water is so pure you can drink it. So of course we are kind of mock water skiing. We're driving this boat, we're jumping out of it and stupid stuff like that. But at one point, I'm in the water waiting for him to come around, and I tucked my head right in, and I'm like. And it was delicious.
Okay, there you go. I don't know that I trust anything they say about water in New York, so that's a whole different animal.
That's right. Oh, Jeremy.
So
you guys met in school. I mean, that had to be. Where did you meet your wife?
Well, I met her on a retreat.
Laplacians.
Yeah.
And
I met her on a retreat. I was stationed in Groton, Connecticut.
Okay.
Many people say I was on a sub base. I had a friend of mine from school.
What service did you join? Yeah.
I was Navy. I was a submariner.
Oh.
So I did and I was on the nuclear side of things.
That's like 1,000,001 questions right there.
I know.
There's a lot. Life in a submarine.
I'm gonna.
That's fantastic.
No, it's terrible. Really, like you're on a. Why would you ever do that? You lock yourself in a boat with no windows or anything.
God. And I don't consider myself a claustrophobic person, but Oh shit!
You don't really
Like-
you don't think about it. It's really not one of.
What was the deepest
Can't tell you.
depth?
Can't tell you.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's a classified thing.
It is. So this is.
What?
There's a lot of reasons behind this, and so
That's
I
crazy.
won't betray any of that for any.
What's the trench? The Mariner's Trench or something?
Yeah, the Mariana Trench.
Is that the deepest part of the ocean?
I believe so. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not an oceanographer.
You can't
by
tell
any
me
stretch
if
of
you guys were in the trench
No,
or
I
anything.
can't tell you that either.
That is awesome. Now see?
So there's history.
This
behind
show
it.
is supposed to be about fatherhood, but who gives a rat's ass?
I
Like
don't
now,
wanna
I'm
be
like
honest.
honed in, Jeremy. I'm like, what? You
Look,
can't tell me.
Well, this is why I can't tell you. Let me answer that because there was a senator in World War II.
Who's that?
I don't remember his name, but they
can't
asked
tell me that either.
because they missed all the submariners. Japanese couldn't hit them at all, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, their depth charges are too low. They're not hitting any of us." And he gave a depth. And after that, they started pummeling us. And so after that,
so
it was like
stupid.
Yeah, it's really dumb. So
That's
it's like,
something so stupid that a mistake.
you don't think
I
about
might
it.
make.
You don't think
I
about it.
would
But once
make.
you're on there and like, if somebody hits me with that, I'm dead. Like they have an eject thing, but there's no way you're coming up quick enough.
There is an eject.
I mean,
on
you
the
put on
submarine?
if you don't get canoodled right at the beginning. So yeah, there is an escape hatch that you could
How
do.
much time did you spend on the submarine?
Longest time. So I was deployed. What was that? 12.
When did you join the Navy? Why did you join the Navy?
2000.
Let's back up a little bit. Wait a minute, because I can't. I'm going to lose my
Okay.
mind.
So I joined in 2009.
Out of high school, out of college.
Out of college.
Oh,
I
as an
did
officer.
No, I didn't. I was stupid. Okay, so like, there's multiple things here. So
Yeah.
I was like, I got a philosophy degree. What do you do with that? Think deep thoughts of unemployment. So I'm like, all right, God, what do you want me to do now? So I go, all right. And he goes, why don't you go check this out? So I walk in there and it's like,
Who told you to
this
get a
is where you're
degree in
going.
philosophy?
My idiot self, because James used to win all the damn arguments. So I was like, oh, I could get back at him now. But it was like
That was your mindset, like in college.
that was like the
degree
beginning of it.
choice.
That was the
The
beginning.
degree path,
That was the degree path, but there was part of it because
and you went all, and you followed through.
I followed through, but it was
God
actually.
bless you.
But the part of it was that my brain didn't think necessarily that way, and so it forced me into that, which was very good because I learned a lot, and I liked the topics. They're ethical topics. There's a lot of
sure.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of things
Yeah.
are fascinating and
That's
fun.
right.
As a
Well, and that's how
college-
we're built. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Who doesn't like to ponder on the big questions, right?
Big
I mean,
questions, and you going back
yeah.
and forth with people.
Life and death and God and
Yeah.
war and religion and
Who doesn't want to do that?
I mean, come on.
versus let me go.
Well, your life
Let me
otherwise-
cram for a calculus test. Who the hell wants to do that?
No.
Yeah. So like, shoot me in the
Nobody.
face. So yeah. So
That's so funny. You were like, yeah, philosophy.
Yeah.
I'll go that way. Okay, so now you get the degree.
So I got the
4-year bachelor degree.
I got the degree, but my brain also was like, I'd like to open a brew pub. This is the practical side of me. I wanted to open a brew pub. I was dabbling in brewing, but I was like, I don't have an engineering background. So
what beers would you brew? Yeah, Jeremy, you are really a fascinating guy.
I have too many hats on.
We're definitely gonna have a part 2.
Yeah. Well, okay. Sure. Whatever.
Every dad that comes in, I'm like, all right, this is not gonna be anywhere near enough.
That's okay.
Time.
That's okay.
Jared,
real
and Jared's
good.
like, hey, 45 minutes is it? I'm like, no. No, never.
I like brown ales and I like darker beers typically, but I like when I drink, like,
Yeah.
especially summertime. I like
Pilsners and stouts and
Well, I like stouts.
I'd say, and I'm just I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a blondie, weedy,
I like
fruity.
Agreed. I'm with you on that.
Love
I
fruit.
like the Belgian style for the summer because it's light.
Oh, I'm gonna stretch
It's
out.
aromatic. It's a lot better. And
Yeah.
then in the wintertime, something a little heavier like a stout or my
Are
favorite.
you a seasonal beer?
I am a seasonal beer drinker. If that's it.
I'm sitting there thinking to myself, no, once I find a beer that I like, I'm in all year round. I don't give a crap how cold it is outside.
But that's like
give
saying,
me that purple haze.
Well, this is the joke that I made because when we moved here in 21, my wife is like sitting on the front porch, in June in a sweatshirt drinking hot tea and goes, "Don't you want to join me?" I looked at her and I'm like, "You're out of your mind. It's June in Louisiana. I don't want to be outside in the least."
Yeah.
It's just what it is. It's like...
See, but again, if it's fruity, I mean, yeah, I'm all for it. Why not? I don't know. Do you have a cup of coffee with your wife in the morning?
I do. Yeah, see, but she likes it scalding hot, like
yeah,
fresh
my
off
wife
of
too.
it. I can't. I'm like, how do you do that?
That ember was probably, another one of the greatest inventions of all time.
Yeah.
She loves that heated cup.
Oh.
The thing where it just stays hot and it just heats it. You charge it.
I'm gonna have to get
the coffee cup.
I haven't seen this. I'm gonna have to get
my wife. I mean, she's actually, getting another one. The current one that she has is broken. It's like she's already had two, and she just has to have it.
Okay.
Because just like Elise, I mean, she has to have it hot. Like every sip.
Well, one of my coworkers was like, "This is what it is in the South. We're already hot as the dickens, so we want something cool and refreshing."
I mean, again, because
it's like
the moment.
And where's your wife from again?
I'm outside. So my wife is a Coon-ass. I mean, she's born and raised on the West Bank.
Oh, so she's from here.
Her family's Irish Channel freaking losers. No, God bless them. I love them.
So she still likes scalding too. Okay. So it must be a girl thing. Must be a girl thing.
Exactly.
All right, I'll
it's not cultural. It's not a cultural thing whatsoever.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait.
No. So real quick. So back on the sub. Mm-hmm. You never answered that question.
Which one?
Just how long?
Oh,
the greatest amount of time that you were on the sub, and
we were deployed from 12.
Just your living quarters and like.
Yeah, I left. So we did a deployment August to April. I was underwater 90% of the time. I think we ported 3 times per week.
August.
Yeah.
September, October, November, December, January.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah.
90%.
Yeah, we
Wow. What an experience. This is fantastic.
They did like 6.
This is so rare. I've never in 52 years I've never met. I mean, I know that's a thing.
But yeah,
aren't the Russians like in Cuba with their nuclear subs right now or some crap? I mean,
I don't follow it right now. I'm just gonna throw that.
I'm a headline kind of person. I'm just like, what?
I'm not following.
I don't know.
It's one of
I saw it like an image. It could be a cheap fake.
Could be. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever that even means
idea.
anymore.
I don't follow
but
it.
Yeah.
At least, but
yeah.
But yeah, they messed up your time schedule.
Who are you going to
anyway.
vote for?
Huh? That one, I wish we had better choices. I'll throw that one out there
right.
in and of
That's
itself.
what my wife keeps saying.
Because it's just
too.
like, why? You're like old and older.
Let's all vote for Kennedy and just like
Great.
it's like a crapshoot. Like shit. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, I would just somebody with new ideas. That's all I care about.
Gosh,
something
yeah,
new,
hallelujah.
something like let's get
That's
out of
right.
these entrenchments. So.
Oh gosh, no, it's true. No, anyway, so how many? Okay, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say,
Sorry.
so I met a friend of mine from college. To answer your original question, how my wife and I met.
Oh right.
So.
Oh, you want to get away from the sub?
I wasn't the biggest. It's submarine life. There's not. You can ask me that, but that's how you originally started on this because I was stationed.
That's right. No, let's get.
Question.
Yeah, no, we don't have all day.
It was just the original question. So we.
Yes, the retreat.
So a friend of mine from college was designing Broadway sets. She is now a sister of life, about to make her final vows.
Right. Wait, did you tell me where you went to college?
Well, I started at University of Colorado, finished at University of Louisiana.
Cool. That's any college. Yeah.
And then, so yeah.
Okay.
And so Lafayette, she was up there, and she invited me to the retreat. And I had just torn my ACL.
How old are you at this time?
25? No.
What ACL did you tear?
26 left.
Completely ruptured it?
Oh yeah. Well,
too.
No. This is entertaining because I planted, turn, you hear the click, and you're like,
amen.
And the corpsman is like, it's just, it's sprained.
Did he hear it too?
Huh? No.
Just you? Yeah.
No.
It's an internal thing.
Yeah. So they're like, it's just sprained. So they're like, put a compression sleeve on. This is universal medicine, by the way. This is why I don't promote that, but that's a whole different animal because I have 100% experience.
That'll be part 3.
Yeah. So I went apple picking as a date. I grabbed up in a tree, hopped down, and then my knee completely went down and to the right. And when I went back in, I was like, yeah, are we satisfied now? Like this is not.
This sock is not holding.
This is not holding anything. So
my shit together.
Partially my own fault for being an idiot doing that, but the other part is like I was told I'd be fine with a compression sleeve.
Yeah,
so
that's right. I was 40 years old playing tackle football against some high school boys.
Oh, nice.
And taking a kickoff and return it and thinking like, I'm gonna give them the old razzle dazzle. Oh, you want some of this? Oh my gosh. And yeah, I think I made like 2 moves, and and my leg went out from under me.
Oof.
I mean, I like wound up on my face.
Oof.
And I too was like, did anybody hear that? Did you hear that? But then the pain comes over you, and you're just like, oh, there's a problem.
Yeah, this is just a slight problem. So yeah, it's not fun.
So the retreat.
So yeah, she broke her foot on the retreat, and they put us next to each other. We were cripple buddies. So
That's
that's how we originally met.
Oh, that is so funny.
And then
what was the retreat for?
It was just a young adult retreat.
Yeah,
We were the Versati group.
That's
I don't know
right.
if you've heard of
You were
Versati.
25 years old.
Yeah, something 25, 26, somewhere in that nature. I don't remember.
What did you call it? A Versati?
Versati is the
Oh,
group.
Versati. Oh, yeah.
Up in New York.
He was an educator.
Yeah.
Versati.
Was he an educator?
I believe he was.
He was a young guy.
Yeah.
Mountain climber. That's all I remember.
I know. My wife knows all the.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. There you go.
She knows all the names. So you guys are in the, with the nurse in the nurse's station, and was it an instant? I mean,
no. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they just sat us. We were listening to talk. She didn't know she broke her foot until after the retreat. I had torn ACL at that, and so I went. We moved up to Maine. We repositioned because it got an overhaul of the sub. And she went back. She's like, this guy's not interested. He's not responding. Of course, Nelia, she didn't know that
Did you change numbers and you?
No. I tried
yeah.
to. It was a Facebook message, but then I couldn't respond because I was under the water moving, and so we had no access to it. She's like, this guy's not responding to me. That's
What
it.
the hell?
So,
what the hell with modern technology? I mean, you're on a nuclear sub for crying out loud. You can't get Facebook?
Couldn't get Facebook.
That's so funny.
So, needless to say, she was like, this guy's blowing me off. And so she started dating some other guy. Then I wound up dating another girl. I had the surgery.
Kidding. Yeah,
we
yeah,
both
yeah.
split from those, and then came back because she starts posting pictures of when she's in Wyoming. But it's the Rockies, so they all look similar.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, it looks like
Wyoming,
I wonder where she's.
Colorado, yeah.
Yeah, well, I wonder where that's at. And so I was like, well, let me. I say, oh, where's this? And I was like, I haven't talked to this girl in a year. I don't look like a creepy, awkward stalker.
So at this point,
Facebook
you're like
stalker.
27. You're like 26, 27.
I was 28, really.
Okay.
So because we got married when I was 30, so I must have been.
Wow.
28, 29, 30.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
No kidding. You guys met at 25.
It might have been 26.
24.
Sorry, I'm trying
Okay.
to. It's
It's
a blur at that point,
That's
but it's
okay.
like
Who
I'm
cares?
somewhere in the late
Nobody
20s
cares.
over there.
That's right. But at 30 years old,
We were married. Yep.
because you started to communicate with her.
Yes.
Right.
So
were you still in the Navy at that
I
point?
was still in the Navy.
But you weren't on the submarine.
No, well, it was being
Underwater.
overhauled, so I wasn't underwater anymore. I was rehabbing.
Can you tell us the name of the submarine?
Yeah, the USS Alexandria. That's what I was stationed on. I'm allowed to say that. That's a submarine. You can look it up. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah. I need one of those editor guys where we could just show the Alexander Wright.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Yeah. Later.
Later.
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. So you guys connected over Facebook, and then.
Yeah, we did that. So then we turned into.
Did you kind of get
messages,
like?
And then
right.
we went to 3-hour conversations every night, and then it was like because.
Yeah, you guys. It was a friendship.
And this is what I'll say about it is my wife. God answers her prayers way more than he answers mine.
Hallelujah.
That's all I have to say.
Isn't that funny?
It's so annoying.
That's a gender thing too.
Hey, it totally is. Like she's like, she prayed for a long distance relationship. I got roped into that. How the hell does that happen? And
That's right. Exactly.
So I'm like,
you're in Wyoming.
I'm like, praise God for this. But she's like, well, she was on Long Island and I was in Maine. That's a 4.5-hour drive. So I would have to do that over the weekend. 4.5 hours one way, 4.5 hours back.
No.
So I'd get back at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
God, the woman is worth it though, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
God's greatest gift to the earth.
Well, the funniest thing.
Easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
but that is a huge pain in the
Oh, it is. I went through a lot.
4.5. I mean, I just went on 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, well, the traffic is
Rushing
bad,
here to come see you, and I'm just like,
Traffic's
screw
bad.
this.
Well,
There was no accident either. I guess they're doing work on the bridge, so that right lane is all closed.
nobody knows how to
You're
drive.
looking for an accident. You're looking like, where's the crash? I want to see some gore and glass.
Nope.
But no.
No, not New Orleans. It's just people can't drive.
And nobody's even working. It's all blocked off. I know. It's like
Yeah.
there's a big crane. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I got here.
Yep.
Safe and sound. Safe and sound. Oh, Jeremy. So. Oh, yeah. Let's just. So, married at 30.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you? So
We'll make 9 years this year.
Wow, 9 years.
Yeah. So.
And you have how many kids?
We'll have our fifth will be born anywhere between now and July 20th. So there you go. Yep. So my wife is
Number
good
5.
Good and pregnant right now and feeling it. So.
I was gonna say she's close.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
pretty close.
yeah.
She's nice.
Oh yeah, your wife is so sweet.
Yeah,
so
she's
sweet.
complete
and
opposite of me. Much better.
When is your due date?
July 20th.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, but she's like, this one feels low. I think he's ready. I was like, okay, well, whatever you tell me. I'm like,
honey,
what
come
are we
on.
gonna
I
do?
mean, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go do the podcast real quick, but call because I'll kick Noel in the throat. Like, get out of the way. I gotta go, man. I gotta go. Oh my gosh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So
excited.
the kids. So what are their names?
So I have Joshua, 7.5.
Number
Caleb,
one.
6.
Joshua, Caleb.
Genevieve, 4.5.
Oh, I love my
And-
mother's name is Genevieve.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, middle name.
And then
Yeah.
Nathan is 3. So we have 2 June birthdays, June 2nd and 3rd. That's
Nice.
Caleb and Nathan. I have no idea how they got like back to back, but that's what happened.
Gosh, yeah,
And
yeah.
then January and December. So this was going to be, my wife's still hoping for another like single digit so she could like put in codes with single digits. So I'm like, great.
Oh, she's so
Fantastic.
funny. Exactly.
So
do you guys know what you're do you
A boy.
wait? You did. Oh, right.
So we
and
have-
so what was?
yeah,
Did you
we-
say the name of the unborn baby? Right.
no. We,
Yeah.
I still keep shooting down. She keeps shooting crazy names at me and I keep shooting them down.
What
so.
names you coming up with? Like Maximus or something? Or
I always like to mess with her and be like Aloysius, Athanasius, things like that. Or off the wall. And she's like, just stop talking. Just stop.
Exactly. That's enough.
Yep.
So 4 boys.
This will be our 4th boy.
4th boy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gosh,
so-
and 1 little girl. Fantastic.
We were hoping this would be a girl for the simple fact of like having Genevieve have a playmate, but
Yeah.
she romps and stomps with the others, has no problems. So,
Yeah, no,
whatever.
and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I
I
guess
think
so.
it is. I mean, yeah, my 2 boys, I was always like, especially with their younger sisters, you know, and they're like 2 and 3, so yeah, I was always just like, oh,
it's entertaining. And you
take care of your sister,
Oh yeah.
sisters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's
No,
gonna be super
monitoring.
protective, but I think if any guy could get to her, it's a whole different animal. I keep saying she's either gonna be an abbess or a CEO, one or the other, because she is like.
That's right.
And you're
Gosh,
like,
yeah, that
everybody
is-
was like, girls are easy, they're lovey-dovey. She just gets in your ear and screams as loud as she can, tries to run you over. Well, I'm
Gosh,
like,
I know.
who had these nice,
Yeah,
pleasant people?
I thought girls just like
Yeah.
cut and colored stuff.
No.
That's right. Yeah. No, it's funny. I've got. No, and I would say they're all in their way, but mine are very definitely into arts and crafts. But there's a couple of them that are more physical and hyper.
Yeah.
Like their father, you know, for sure. But no, it's every time. It's so fantastic. You never know what you're gonna get. I always love to say, it truly is, you know, a masterpiece that is created between you and your wife and the Lord Almighty. You know, whatever that means exactly.
Well, I agree.
I'm still trying to like wrap my mind around what does that.
I like to
what
say
does it even
science
mean?
experiment, same thing, you know, just some kind of crazy, whatever craziness comes
So
out.
Jeremy, so do you think? What are your thoughts
on
on every man having children?
Ooh, that's a good one. So I think biologically, for like, let's separate 2 things. I don't know. I'm a Catholic. You're a Catholic.
That's right.
We'll put
That's
that out
right.
there to say that
Devout Catholic.
Yes,
And hey, you know what? But that's for you to figure out.
Yeah, that's a
I
whole
mean,
different. So that's a whole.
Yeah.
It's a whole different. But I'm bringing that in. I'm bringing that up because, and this comes in the philosophy to distinguish the
Good.
everything. So I think there's a psyche part, a soul part, and a biological part. So like biologically, it's one of the needs of every human being. Your need is to eat, drink, have shelter, and procreate. Right. So
you would say biologically that is a human need.
yeah, it's a human need. Well, that's written in biology books 101. Like if you like.
Oh, I love this. Yeah, I love this. I
heads
love
up,
this
like,
response.
This
Yeah.
is a new one. So yeah, according to biology, it's a need to procreate. So it makes sense too. So I would say from that perspective,
Like it's a healthy thing. It's
yeah,
not just.
it's like
yeah.
a drive. Like that's what you have.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're supposed to do.
That's right.
And
For
to-
men and women.
Yeah, both. Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
mean-
and that's part of the.
I mean, we don't need to just artificially inseminate women.
Right. No.
You know, and
Right,
you
it's-
crank them out and.
Right. Exactly. It's a
both.
both. It's a both and.
That's right.
And it's
Biologically, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
like and
that.
you can look at nature. Obviously, some creatures are different than the human, so there's a whole different question mark behind, but we're like, needless to say, like you look in the entire world, there, everybody comes together, boys, girls, procreate. You know, like that's what they're.
Well, that's what this is all.
Exactly.
Put in place for.
Right.
I mean, what is this? What is my penis for?
Right. Exactly.
I mean,
so,
and my testicles, right? I mean,
yeah. That's the purpose of it.
Exactly.
That's the purpose of procreate.
That's why it's there.
That was a whole different. This is when I stopped arguing on college campuses. By the way, I don't remember how the conversation went, but like I said, well, we have to agree that the purpose of sex is to procreate, and they looked at me dead serious and said, no, it's not. And I was like, biology book said it's
and what exactly?
Yeah, it's a recreational thing.
If my body produces sperm cells,
right?
What are sperm cells for?
Exactly.
And I should be getting them out.
Right.
I mean,
well,
and that's right. I mean, well, they don't belong. I mean, that's kind of it's just like with the whole pandemic and wearing the mask.
Right.
I mean, to me, that was my biggest problem with the whole COVID thing was this is not healthy for me to breathe my own waste, my own carbon dioxide. It's for this stupid thing,
right?
Which I love. This is great because it's right. I mean, it's this whole co-op thing. Biologically, we're in simpatico.
Exactly,
right?
Agreed, and that's the purpose of it. They produce oxygen.
You love me.
Don't break the plant. Come on now.
Oh, he likes it a little rough.
Oh Lord. Anyway,
don't you? So I'd love growth of all. But no, but keep going. Yeah.
To answer your question, biologically, yes, every man is meant to. You were created that way. That was the purpose of the creation.
Yeah.
Like
I really was not expecting this answer.
So there's that purpose of it. Psychologically, or from the psyche or spiritual realm, that's a whole different question, I think, and that becomes are you prepared for that? Do you have the discipline behind that?
See, whether you're prepared or not, I still think I'm not
disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
It's a necessity.
But I think there's a purpose where, in part of adolescence and everything. And
I mean, I know you can make a good argument with that all day.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But which one of us is really prepared?
100%. I agree with you.
For children.
I agree with you 100%. Nobody.
I mean, shit.
It's a big mirror.
Right?
Welcome to your faults.
Yeah.
Kind of that's what it is. Absolutely.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, 100%.
Yeah. Is that my voice?
Yeah. Oh, trust me. My children inherited my vocal cords, and that.
Well, but all of it. Yeah. I mean, they are on you like white on rice.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's my favorite scene in a movie. One of my favorite scenes. Yeah. And again, real quick.
Go ahead.
The Breakfast Club.
Oh.
That scene. You're lazy, you're no good, rotten piece of crap. What does he say? It's such a great line.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What about you, Dad? You know, oh man.
Yeah.
And that gets the dad so pissed, he punches him in the face.
Look,
right?
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's it. And that's part of that question. So I would say while I agree with you, you're never prepared for that. But I think there's something to be said about a boy going from a boyhood to manhood and the initiation process. And
transition.
And having a mentality that it's not about play and games anymore. Right. And you're the one that... And you see this throughout history. I think we've lost a lot of that. I think we've started to have a conversation about that more in the last 20 years or so.
Yeah.
But I think having that mentality is a big step in that direction. And I think you could have a child without, but at some point you have to take responsibility and say, I am a father and a dad, and I am responsible for this child's well-being.
The one and only. It's you.
Right.
No one can fill your shoes.
Right.
No one can be the father of your children.
Exactly.
Not a single solitary creation in the whole universe.
Yeah.
No, nobody. It's you. It is you.
Now, and with that.
And that is huge.
Yeah.
It's just so fantastic in my mind, you know?
I agree, and I think the thing that
And I think so necessary.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
But it's interesting because I was just reading Daily Dad by Ryan Holiday. If you haven't, it's like a little daily meditation on it. It's pretty interesting. But he was in his intro. He's like, throughout history, dads were just gone to go do the work for the most part. Like you might either get them to if they're farming or something like that. You'd have a trade where they'd be working with you side by side. But like the beginning part was all on the wife. Whereas now in modern society, we're more involved, which is very interesting. A whole different animal as well.
I just started watching. It's a terribly inappropriate movie, but I just started watching like privately, The Northman. Have you seen The Northman?
No.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
I love it.
What is this one about?
It's like the Vikings.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, they're crazy.
Crazy.
Oh, absolutely.
But again, just like you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the king, he's off.
Right. And they like
like raping and pillaging.
Yeah.
And brings back and is bringing back slaves and goods, and the kid's like, "Oh, father," and he and again when he gets there and they go through this whole ceremony, he's like, "Yeah, you're not a baby anymore. You're whatever the whole line. Oh, it's terrific.
Okay.
I highly recommend it.
All right.
Northman.
Okay.
It's not, and that's the thing. It's just wild and unpredictable, and it's violent.
Sure. Yeah.
Which again, men just
there's some part of us that has to. You just got to watch something.
I really do love that whole Peterson line about being a dangerous man.
Oh yeah.
But controlling it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean that's the old C.S. Lewis from the Chronicles of Narnia. Is Aslan safe? And he's like, no, he's not safe, but he's good.
But he's good.
So that's the classical.
Right.
But
see, that's a great. Yeah, no, thank you.
But
that's even better. I won't even use Peterson anymore. Lewis.
But
Lewis.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing as far as that goes, and the big recognition of just saying that if I am old enough to be engaged in the act of creating them, I also have the responsibility to provide for them, because that's always
all day.
And I think in the process of becoming a father myself, I think and watching my oldest is only 7.5, but like in that whole process, I look at it and go, God, I understand how stupid I've been right now. Like, just because you see it from as a father's perspective, and you're just like, you get the whole father thing, you're like,
oh, it
wow,
does click.
This
and again, I think it completes your humanity. It completes your masculinity. It completes it.
Okay.
You're just not a complete person.
Oh, I agree.
Without a child.
Yes.
I just would love to have that discussion.
Now this is
with someone that disagreed. I mean, Jeremy, again, I think like you're saying, I think as a man, that is your purpose. And you can't realize your purpose until you're responsible, because again, ultimately, our purpose is to protect and provide.
Yeah.
My wife and children, daughters, I still have 6 at home. They're in trouble if I'm not there.
Yeah.
They're in trouble. Right? More ways than one.
But this poses a question back to you of like, what do you do with priests? Like that aren't, but they have that spiritual fatherhood.
And I'm a convert. I'm a convert. So without a doubt, I've never said this yet, but I'm not ashamed to say it. Like, that is a part of our faith. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around.
No, and I understand what you're saying, but
because
yeah, no,
there is an intimacy that's missing.
I understand. This is always the question that
just sleeping in bed with your own child, your own baby, and feeling that protectionism, we always brought him in bed because I couldn't bear to have my child crying for no good reason.
Oh, I got you. So we did the whole sleep therapy thing. They were not in our bed, so we booted it.
Well, that's part 4.
Okay, there you go. That's a whole different. But all my kids have slept 12 hours since 6 months.
That's great. See, my kids too, but their mother was sleeping right there with them for 12 hours.
No. It wasn't any of that. Everybody slept, but that's all. But anyway,
yeah.
I think it's an interesting question because
but the priest. No, I love that. But that example.
And I know everybody's like,
of a man where it's like, whoa.
Why can't you Why
can't they be married?
Why can't they be married? Because then you have a decision like there's a crisis in the church or somebody at church, and there's a crisis at home. What do you decide?
Oh, see, and I know that that's the argument. I mean, it's not just. I mean, and you went right. I mean, you just went right to the triple dog dare.
I mean, like that's the question.
Because you're right. Because again, it's not just in that situation, but it's like, can the church afford to pay a man who has a wife that wants a bigger house and a nicer car and she wants dance lessons for the, like, well, wait a second. Yeah. It's a financial thing too. No, and ultimately, if Jesus Christ is who he said he is, he never got married, and you're trying to follow in those footsteps. You're truly trying to be that, it's like he's your mentor, he's your role model. Well, then be it, and shut the fuck up and do it, to the best of your ability, because you're gonna fall, you're gonna fail. But I do agree with like holding that standard high, man, because obviously when you do fall, you don't fall that far.
Right.
Possibly. I've known lots of freaking great priests to this day.
Oh yeah.
To this day, men that I admire and that I respect. But I think at the same time, you kind of have to recognize, you kind of have to keep them at arm's length.
Yeah.
Right? My child's not going to ever sleep at a priest's house.
Right. And I mean, that's the thing. It's like, but you like, so where does their perspective come in? I mean, as they're the husband and married to the church, and like they're the protectors of the church, protectors. Right. You know what I mean? And so I think in that sense,
still good. I'm looking for my little red light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, you know how I look at it too, based on what you're saying. It's a dirty job that somebody's got to do. Just like my shitty, dirty job. It's not all freaking peaches and roses.
Right. Well, right? I mean, they're like, dirty diaper, here you go. And you're like,
no, it's so funny because I am such a low life. I really embraced the diapers.
Oh,
at some point something clicked with like the first or second one where I was like, oh yeah, give it to me. The dirtier, the better. The more busted and up their freaking neck. Bring it on.
Punamis, baby.
Punamis. I have been shit on and thrown up on, and I really feel like it's helped me presently. I was just at my parents' cleaning my stepfather's disgusting bathroom, and I could smell the urine on the throw rug. I mean, but I'm just like, they can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to do it?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And there's part of it that just breaks you. I used to say, I'm not doing it until it's my own. Well, now I got 5 of them doing it. I'm like, I do as much as that, Well, see, my point with taking that on and really like taking it over as the father, that is your opportunity to bond. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm really close with my children. Still nowhere near as close as they are with their mother. Oh, but they hold their father up, man. They really cherish me. It's incredible.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm so unworthy of that kind of love and adoration. My own children. It's just like I have so many moments of just like I'm beside myself.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Like who am I? This is crazy.
Yeah, and it's
unbelievable.
True.
Because that's the thing. It's like I think as a man, all you gotta do is show up. Every day.
Yeah.
But God, I swear that's like half the battle.
Yeah. And
I'm there every freaking day. Right?
And that's it.
For better or worse, I'm there and I do the best I can. Sometimes I don't try as hard as I could have.
Sure.
But they know it.
But that's our Adam wound per se. If you want to get into that, shamar the garden. You got to guard it. That's it. All you have to do is be there and be present.
What was the other point that you were making about every man having a child? You said biologically, psychologically, spiritually.
So I think the priesthood would be the.
Let's finish. We'll finish this interview off with that. The spiritual.
So I think like spiritually, especially like. Because not fathers in general you have a biological father, but people who father you along in life that aren't necessarily your biological. Like for those absent landlords that are there, or as my cousin likes to say, the sperm donor, because she didn't have a relationship with her father. But
I have no relationship with my own biological father.
And so, but it's like one of those things. It's like, who did the fathering? Because there's somebody else.
Yes.
And when you say someone's a father, it's somebody who walks with you along the path and brings you up. So I think that spiritual side of things, or you could merge it into psychological, depending on. Yeah. Anyway.
No, but that's good.
That James is more the expertise on that. But, you could bring James.
We're redoing our interview.
But I think that's a different portion of it. So that's why I would say, when you're asking everybody should be a father, yes, but in what capacity? Like, we all called to be, and I think if you aren't.
Going back to the whole priest discussion. Yeah.
So where are you? And then there's also a calling to that as well, because obviously, if you're going to be a dad, there has to be somebody who's on the other side that actually accepts that part. And this is the Peterson part of it that you want to go to, is that there has to be a woman that says, you're worthy of my love to receive
Hallelujah.
that. So
and I do feel like, God, if a woman really expresses that you're worthy, snatch her up, man. Oh, baby.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you should be so thankful.
And if you see my wife, you know that I married up for sure.
Yeah, you did. I'm trying to remember. I know, that's true.
Yeah, very much.
Me too.
So.
No, that's Well, see, and you know what's so interesting about what you're saying is that I did not have a very positive father figure in my life. You know, even in my stepfather, he and I are closer now than when I was growing up. But you know, he was off busy, and he just, and personality wise, we were from two ends of the spectrum. But I yearned. I went out of my way to try to find a positive role model. And I ultimately did.
Yeah.
I ultimately did in high school. My best friend's older brother. It's like this guy showed up in my life, and I just remember thinking this is it. This is the man that I need to be, that I want to be. And not that he in any way was a family guy, but he was someone that worked out and was a male model, and was just, you know, it's like he was kind of
but it had somebody to look at, and you could emulate and go toward a direction.
That's right. Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. I was trying to think of that phrase. He was a mover and a shaker.
Yeah.
And I really just thought, you know, oh wow, this is incredible. And it's like I attached myself to those brothers.
Yeah.
Till, you know, I'm still attached to this day.
That's great.
I know.
And I think that's every man feels called toward that, from boyhood till you're somebody that says, I think you're ready to do this. Right. You know what I mean? The initiation part says, go do it on your own.
Right.
You're okay.
You got this.
And you can, and said, whatever, I give you my blessing to go do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's a big part of. See, and it's interesting what you're saying. I think on that spiritual aspect as well. You know, I always like to say, learning and teaching are built right in. Who doesn't really like to learn? And then when you learn something, who doesn't like to then teach it to someone? Now, right? I would agree with you, but my wife informed me, because my wife's trade is a teacher. She was a math teacher. Oh. And is she gonna start? She might. She once obviously newborn, not gonna. No. So, but she'll probably pick it up. Well, my twins are babysitting certified, so that she can just shove the baby. Oh, okay. That's all they want. But yeah, my wife says I go from when I try to explain things, I go from A to D and miss B and C. Because I'm like, look, the kid, you see, this is plain and simple. And I'm like, crazy. And I was like, you miss B and C. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. And I'm like, God, isn't that funny, Jeremy? See, and I'm just like that too. Well, my wife will give me every single detail. Oh, this microphone, right. Right, and I'm like you. I'm just like, ugh. See it. Black to black. Black to black. Get it? Did you get it? Because I gotta go. Yes. Oh, Jeremy. So it's very entertaining. So there you go. This was, So
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
For taking the time.
We made it. We got it in there.
We did.
So-
Oh gosh, no, it's so true. Yeah, let's do this again.
Okay.
In a couple weeks.
Sounds fun.
3 weeks.
All
I don't
right.
know. I mean,
Sure.
unless Lisa
Why
has the
not?
baby.
Yeah.
Where's she gonna have the baby?
Right here at St. Tammany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we come and?
Not while I'm producing. No. They'll probably shut everybody up. Forget that.
Oh man, again, and I really, I'm not sorry for being so pushy. There is nothing in this world that is ever going to compare to your own flesh and blood child. Everything I've experienced, everywhere I've ever gone, or possessed, or whatever, I just think it's all crap. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But people, your own people.
Yes, and I will.
And it gave me such a respect for other people. You're someone's son.
Yes.
I have 2. I mean, that's such a big deal to me.
Yeah.
I have 9 daughters. That's a much bigger deal.
Yeah.
Right? Every woman is someone's daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, I just there's nothing.
And I'll.
There's nothing else that matters.
Exactly. Like, you'll never regret having a child.
I
will. There's 100% behind that, and I will say it's like everybody's like, it's so expensive and everything else, and I'm like, what are you spending money on?
What is he working for?
Like,
I would still be living at home with my mother and stepfather and Harvey.
Yeah. So it's like.
And I guarantee you, I doubt very seriously that I'd be cleaning their bathroom.
That's fair.
I mean, I cleaned that disgusting middle bathroom today, and I was happy to do it. I really was trying to act like Mother Teresa. Did you ever see that video of her like cleaning that
No, I have not,
disgusting lowlife's crib? Oh, I mean, she's just so like, oh, we gotta get every.
Look, I much respect, because that is a calling and a half for sure.
Oh, amen. No,
But yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Yes.
Jeremy.
I'm sweaty. Let me go. There you go.
There you go.